Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me?
We can, Judge.
Yes,
Thank
yes,
you.
Your Honor.
Sorry to be on a little late. I'm having trouble with my internet for some reason this morning. Let's see. Whenever you all are ready to begin, just let me know where you would like. I see that we don't have anyone in courtroom 2 as of yet. The South Annex, who do we have there? Yes, Mr. Dodd, good morning.
Judge, South Annex is position number 35, Roman Vasquez. We are ready for a negotiated plea. I did want to put just a couple of things on the record. Has nothing to do with the plea specifically, Judge, just in terms of his age and our social worker contact with him and family. But
Okay.
we're ready for a plea, Judge.
Okay, let me go ahead and address him. Good morning, Mr. Vasquez. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Will you raise your right hand for me, please, sir? Do you swear or affirm the testimony keep it up for me, Mr. Vasquez. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
You can place your hand down. Thank you. Ms. Harrison, good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor. And Mr. Haddad, just to make sure I understood, you said this will be a negotiated plea?
Yes.
Vasquez?
Yes, I'm just going to ask for a waiver of the probation fees, but I'll address that with the court specifically based on his age.
Okay, perfect. Okay, yes, Your Honor. Mr. Vasquez is charged with simple battery, family violence. For count 1, the state's recommendation is 12 months probation, served 22 days, credit for time served 18 days. The defendant has been 11 days. The defendant has been incarcerated since June 28th. Completion of an FVIP course, 40 hours of community service. No further contact with Miguel Cabrera, a stay away from 445 Willow Creek Road, and no firearms. We ask that the defendant stipulate to venue, ID, and facts of the case for purposes of the plea. And Your Honor, will sound for Mr. Cabrera in the event that he's joined us here in court, and that'll be all for the state.
Mr. Cabrera is on the line and wishes to address the court. Now is your opportunity. Does not appear so. Yes, Mr. Haddad.
Thank you, Judge. Judge, I believe this court, SCA, specifically set this for an SAP calendar sooner rather than later. I believe, I may be wrong. My client is 17 years of age, Judge. The victim or the alleged victim or victim is his stepfather. Our social worker has been in contact with the family. His direct family does not want him back, hence the stay away. So we're requesting a one trip with law enforcement so he can retrieve his belongings. We've also provided him with shelter information. There's a possibility there's another family member that may be willing to take him. But other than that, Judge, I would ask the court to consider waiving the probation fees. He's 17. He's not in school. He was not employed when he got arrested. There's of course, there's a mandatory fees associated with the Family Violence Intervention Program classes. But other than that, Judge, I would ask the court to follow the state's recommendation, Judge.
Okay. And Mr. Haddad, you are correct. Last week on my SEA calendar, I placed him on this calendar for today because I wanted to see if we could find him some services.
Your Honor, if I may, we didn't get in contact with Mr. Miguel Cabrera, but the defendant's mother is on the phone. I don't know if Your Honor would like to speak to her in regards to services that may be needed.
I mean, Judge, of course, the court can hear from her. When my social worker reached out to her, the mom did not want her son back. Other than that, I mean, all we can do is provide him with information for other things, but shelters and he mentioned to me that there's a possibility there may be a cousin or an aunt that may be willing to assist him as well, Judge.
Okay. Thank you. The PD's office has complied with what I was concerned about at the SEA calendar. As such, Mr. Vasquez, it's my understanding that in case 25 CR 0036661J, you wish to plead guilty to simple battery family violence. Is that correct?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at the present time? Say it again for me. Did you hear my question, sir?
You need to speak up.
You have to say it again for me. We have a court reporter that's taking everything. Thank you. You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation? You've been represented by Mr. Haddad here. Are you happy with what he's done for you? You have to speak up for me, Mr. Vasquez.
Yes.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up that right?
Say yes. Yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure you understand, instead of just saying yes, did you hear my question? And you understand that you have a right to a trial by jury. You understand that? Say yes for me if you agree. And you understand that by pleading guilty, you're giving up that right. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Vasquez. I will waive the probation fees while you're on probation to help you get and stay on your feet. I'll give you a one-time escort to retrieve any belongings from the incident location. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Mr. Dodd. Who do we have next?
Whatever's easiest for you to have. Everything. You go to position 16, Mr. Gresham.
And this is going to be a negotiated plea.
That's correct, Judge.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Gresham. I'm Judge Eric Martin. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Will you raise your right hand for me, please, sir? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
You can place your hand down. Thank you, Mr. Gresham. Yes, good morning again, Mr. Falk.
Good morning, Your Honor. The state's recommendation on this case is 12 months serve, 120 days, credit for time served 15 days, balance probated, stay away from the Mercedes-Benz Stadium located at 1 AMB Drive, Northwest in Atlanta, SDET, and 40 hours of community service. We do ask the defense to stipulate to venue, factual basis, and identification for the purposes of the plea. That's all for the state.
Thank you. Yes, good morning again, Mr. White.
Morning, Judge. We do stipulate for the purpose of the plea, we would ask that this probation terminator go non-reporting upon completion of his requirements. He does have another 45 days in jail, so.
And Your Honor, based on his most recent case, we ask that probation not terminate or go non-reporting. This defendant had a recent case under similar allegations. It wasn't a PI case, it was a battery case of a sexual nature.
Okay. Mr. Gresham, it's my understanding that in case 25 CR 003536G, you wish to plead guilty to one misdemeanor offense. Is that correct? Say it again for me.
Sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at the present time?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty, you're giving up that right?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Gresham. Although I'm going to require that you be on probation the entire time on reporting probation, I'll waive the first 3 months of the fees to help you get on your feet. Okay, Mr. Gresham?
Yes, sir.
All right. Good luck to you, sir. Give me just 1 moment. Okay, here we go. Who do we have next?
Next is positions 11 through 13. Mr. Cook.
It's also a negotiated plea, Judge.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, Mr. Cook. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Will you raise your right hand for me, please, sir? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, you can place your hand down. Thank you, Mr. Cook. Yes, Ms. Fall.
Yes, Your Honor. The state's recommendation on position 11 on the terroristic threats will be 12 months served 90 days, credit for time served 36 days. From January 12th to January 14th of 2024 and June 6th, 2025 until today. Balance probated, 40 hours of community service. Stay away from 718 Quaker Street Southwest in Atlanta. No further contact with Tamikia Boyce and Jessica Frazier. On position number 12, the terroristic threats and acts, 12 months served 90 days, credit for time served 33 days from June 6, 2025 to today. Balance probated, FVIP. Stay away from 718 Quaker Street Southwest in Atlanta. No further contact with Tamikia Boyce and Jessica Frazier. Stay away from the residence, workplace of Jessica Frazier. No calls, texts, emails, third-party contacts, social media posts to or regarding Jessica Frazier or any member of her family. Count 2 will merge with count 1, and count 3 will be 12 months served 90 days, credit for time served 33 days. Balance probated concurrent with count 1. We do ask the defense to stipulate to venue, factual basis, and identification for the purposes of the plea. And we would like to sound for Ms. Tamikia, Jessica Frazier and Tamikia Boyce at this time. That's all for the state.
I think that's it. Address the court. Now is your opportunity. Does not appear so. Mr. White.
Your Honor, we do stipulate for the purpose of the plea, we would just ask the probation go non-reporting on completion of his terms and a waiver of first 3 months. He does have another 12 days to do a jail.
Mr. Cook, it's my understanding that in case 25 CR 003215C, you wish to plead guilty to terroristic threats and acts and harassing communications. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at the present time?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up that right?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Cook. I will have it go to a non-reporting status when you complete the terms of the probation. So the sooner you get it done, the sooner you won't be on reporting probation. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Next is position 28, Mr. McIntosh.
Also a negotiated plea.
That's correct, Judge.
Good morning, Mr. McIntosh. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Will you raise your right hand for me, please, sir? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Say it again for me. Okay, you can place your hand down. Thank you, sir. Yes, Ms. Harrison.
Yes, Your Honor. For count 1, the state's recommendation is 12 months probation, serve 30 days, credit for time served 15 days, balance probated, 40 hours of community service, and a $300 fine. For count 2, afraid, the state's recommendation is 30 days, time served, credit for 15 days, a stay away from 180 Shirley Franklin Boulevard, and no further contact with Nathaniel Powell. We ask that the defendant stipulate to venue, ID, and facts of the case for purposes of the plea, and that'll be all for the state.
Your Honor, sorry, Judge, we do stipulate for the purposes of the plea. We are asking that Mr. McIntosh be allowed to report by phone or mail. He's a resident of Macon, Georgia. We also ask him to convert the fine to 30 hours of community service. And then this probation, go to non-reporting as he completes all of his requirements.
And McIntosh, it's my understanding that in case 25 CR 0035552G, that you wish to plead guilty to willful obstruction of law enforcement officers and affray. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at the present time?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Absolutely.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up that right?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. McIntosh. We will convert the fine to community service. When you complete the terms of the probation, it will go to a non-reporting status. So the sooner you get it done, the sooner you won't be on reporting probation, and the court has no problem with you reporting by phone. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Next are positions 17 through 18, Mr. Harmon.
Also a negotiated plea.
Yes, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Harmon. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Will you raise your right hand for me, please, sir? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Sir.
You can place your hand down. Thank you, Mr. Harmon. Yes, Ms. Falk.
Yes, Your Honor. On position 17, the state's recommendation is 12 months, serve 46 days. Credit for time served 23 days from August 6th to August 8th, 2021, and June 19th, 2025 until today. Balance probated, balance suspended, stay away from the Beltline, the West Side Trail in particular, and no further contact with Mr. Christopher Williams. On position number 18, the state's recommendation will be to null pros position 18 upon a plea on the underlying offense. We do ask the defense to stipulate to venue, factual basis, and identification for the purposes of the plea. And we would like to sound for Mr. Christopher Williams at this time if he is here in court. That's all for the state.
If Mr. Christopher Williams is with us and wishes to address the court, now is your opportunity. Does not appear so. Mr. White.
So stipulated for purposes of the plea, Judge. Just ask you to accept the plea as negotiated.
Mr. Harmon, it's my understanding that in case 21 CR 004159F, you wish to plead guilty to one misdemeanor offense. Is that correct?
Sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
Sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up that right?
Sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Harmon. Good luck to you, sir.
Next is position 36, Mr. White.
Also a negotiated plea, Mr. Dodd.
It is, Judge.
Good morning, Mr. White. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Will you raise your right hand for me, please, sir? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Sir.
You can place your hand down. Thank you, Mr. White. Yes, Ms. Harrison.
Yes, Your Honor. The state's recommendation is 12 months probation, served 30 days, credit for time served 15 days. The defendant has been incarcerated since June 24th. Balance probated, 8-week anger awareness, stay away from 2470 Abner Tier Northwest, and no further violent contact with Shantavius Whitehead. We ask that the defendant stipulate to venue, ID, and facts of the case for purposes of the plea. And that'll be all for the state, Your Honor.
Your Honor, we stipulate, would ask the court to consider waiving the first couple months probation fees or at the tail end, non-report upon completion of all the conditions, Judge. I believe they have two children together, which is part of the reason why there's a no further violent contact between the parties, Judge.
Okay. Mr. White, it's my understanding that in case 25 CR 0035557G, you wish to plead guilty to criminal trespass, is that right?
Sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. White. When you complete the terms of the probation, I'll have it terminate. So the sooner you get it done, the sooner you're not going to be on probation. Good luck to you, Mr. White.
Next is position 29, Mr. Morales Torres.
Also a negotiated plea.
It is, Judge.
Good morning, Mr. Morales Torres. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Will you raise your right hand for me, please, sir? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? All right. Thank you, sir. Yes, Ms. Harrison.
Yes, Your Honor, the state's recommendation is 12 months probation served 30 days, credit for time served 15 days. The defendant has been incarcerated since June 24th, 2025. The balance will be probated. A stay away from 2036 Chicago Avenue, Northwest Atlanta. No further contact with Gwinnett Brown. And restitution will be open for 30 days to Gwinnett Brown. We ask that the defendant stipulate to venue, ID, and facts of the case for purposes of the plea. And that'll be all for the state, Your Honor.
What is the restitution for, and when is the last time you contacted Garnett Brown in regards to the restitution?
Give me just 1 second. I don't want to misspeak.
I believe it's for a window, Judge.
Yeah, the window, and I believe we spoke to her over the weekend, but like I said, I'll confirm it just a second. Okay, yeah, we spoke to Mr. Brown via email on July 1st. Oh, can you hear me?
Yes, thank you, Ms. Harrison. Is there an estimate of?
Yeah, the
Restitution.
price quotes are around $500. Yeah, and I think he is still deciding on who actually he's going to go with to fix it, to give us that actual exact quote, but he has price quotes and estimates of around $500 to repair the window.
Okay. I will leave it open for 30 days, but I'll limit it to not to exceed $500 so that he knows specifically what he's pleading to, Mr. Dunn.
Your Honor, since, I mean, I would, that's fine, Judge. I would ask the court to consider, in light of the fact that the main thing is the restitution, for the court to consider terminating probation upon, once restitution is ordered and once my client pays it, the court would consider terminating, or non-report with a stay away, Judge.
Okay. Nothing further, Mr. Morales Torres. It's my understanding that in case 25 CR 0035559E, you wish to plead guilty to criminal trespass and damage to property. Is that correct?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, I do not.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
I would like to say I wouldn't like to plead guilty, but if that's an order, then it's an order. You don't have to plead guilty. Okay, then I won't plead guilty.
Mr. White, I'm not privy, I can't hear the conversation, so what's,
Your Honor, I think he would now like to enter a not guilty plea. If he could confirm that for the court.
okay. All right, I'm willing to consider modification of bond if you choose, Mr. Haddad. I'm not sure if he has anything else holding him. Do you need to speak with him in that regard, or?
Your Honor, I do not believe he has anything holding him, Judge. He's got a $2,000 bond. And from speaking to him yesterday, Judge, short of a release through pretrial services, I don't believe he's going to be able to post any bonds. He did indicate to me that he's got residential issues, Judge, as well. Residential challenges. I think the allegations are this was a residence that obviously does not belong to him. The victim is a stranger. But short of that, Judge, I don't really have a lot more to offer. We can try and reset it for another SAP calendar. Give me time to really go into details with my client, see if that's really what he wants to do, is to enter a plea of not guilty, as opposed to involving it, Judge.
If we can help him with a place to live, or if he does have a place to live, then I certainly consider modification of the bond, given the state's request here. So,
Yeah, I'm sorry, Judge. I apologize, Judge. Maybe just resetting for next week, but then Ms. Harrison hopefully will have a set figure.
Okay.
And in the meantime, of course, I'll ensure that whether my client wants to enter a plea, then that's great. If not, then we can at least maybe address bond issues, and I can have more information for the court to present to the court.
Okay, that's fine. So that's 7:15, I believe.
I happen to have a place to stay.
What position is this?
This is position 29. So we're gonna confirm that you do have a place to stay, and I'll see you again next week, Mr. Morales Torres.
Thank you, Judge.
All right.
Next is position 10, Mr. Coleman.
Also a negotiated plea.
That's correct, Judge.
Good morning, Mr. Coleman. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Will you raise your right hand for me, please, sir? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Was that a yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Coleman. Yes, Ms. Fall.
Yes, Your Honor. On the criminal trespass, the state's recommendation is going to be 12 months served, 32 days, credit for time served, 16 days. That will be from June 23rd, 2025 until today. Balance probated, stay away from the BP gas station located at 3067 Washington Road in East Point. Visit with a social worker prior to release and 40 hours of community service. We ask that the defense stipulate to venue factual basis and identification for the purposes of the plea. That's all for the state.
Mr. White?
Judge, we do ask you to accept the plea as negotiated. We can't have a social worker speak with him before he's released. I just don't like that being a condition of his release. I'm not sure what our social worker schedule is yet. It's a time served case, so they may not get to him in the next 24 hours. So we ask that requirement be removed. And frankly, since the social worker works for the PD's office, we have a few of these on today where the state has asked for our social workers to go speak with them before they're released, and they're not necessarily going to have time to do that within the next 24 hours. So,
Is the issue housing? Is that the issue? Or is there some other issue?
Your Honor, the state does believe the issue is housing. there have been, the reason the state made the recommendation was because there have been a number of cases involving Mr. Coleman. The cases that we have, we've made some kind of social worker visit recommendation are cases where the defendant has come before us fairly recently and then been rearrested again. And so we're concerned that there may be some issue with housing or something else that maybe the PD's office can assist their clients with prior to their release.
And Mr. White, do you have access to any of the housing materials that are given?
I don't, Judge, but he says housing is not an issue for him. He's adamant.
Okay, all right, so that's fine with me if he has housing. But if we can in the future possibly maybe just get some paperwork from the social worker that we can give to people that that may be able to benefit from it. That might be helpful. That might be helpful for everyone. Okay.
And Your Honor, just to give you just a little bit more background, the defendant has had 2 criminal trespass cases where he was sentenced in 2024 and 2 in 2023. So that's where the state's concerns stem from, as well as an FTA.
Mr. Coleman, it's my understanding that in case 25 CR 003528C, you wish to plead guilty to criminal trespass. Is that right?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
Okay.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation? You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and if by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up that right? Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty? I'll accept the plea as negotiated. Mr. Coleman, you understand that you can't go back to that BP gas station, okay? So don't go back there. And when you complete the terms, when you finish the community service, I'll have the probation go to a non-reporting status. So the sooner you get it done, the sooner you won't be on reporting probation, okay?
Thank
All
you.
right. Good luck to you, Mr. Coleman.
Next is position 6, Mr. Broughton.
Also a negotiated plea.
That's correct, Judge.
Good morning, Mr. Broughton. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducted by video. Will you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Broughton. Yes, Ms. Falk.
Yes, Your Honor. The state's recommendation on this is 12 months served 60 days, credit for time served 16 days from June 23rd, 2025 until today. No further contact with Daniel Christopher. Stay away from 1001 Piedmont Avenue, Northeast, Atlanta, anti-theft course, social worker visit prior to release. Count 2, 12 months concurrent with count 1, $100 in restitution to Daniel Christopher and 40 hours of community service. The state's recommendation for a social worker visit on this case is for the same reason. The defendant had a recent case where he was charged with theft by taking from someone else's porch on a different date. And I believe that case was in 2025 as well, and then was arrested on this charge for a very similar offense. We do ask that the defense stipulate to venue, factual basis, and identification for the purposes of the plea. We would also like to sound from Mr. Christopher Daniel at this time. That's all for the state.
If Mr. Daniel is on the line, Mr. Daniel Christopher is on the line and wishes to address the court, now is your opportunity. Does not appear so. Yes, Mr. White.
Your Honor, this same request as the last plea. He says he has a place to stay. That's not an issue for him, so we have to remove the social work visit. And then once he completes all of his requirements, as his probation terminator, go non-reporting.
And Your Honor, in lieu of the social worker visit, the state would ask for a BHET. We do, like I said, the defendant had a theft by taking case and a criminal trespass September 25th of 2024, and a loitering and prowling case February 6th of 2024. The state has been trying to do social worker visit because we felt that it was less burdensome to the defense than a BHET or an MHET, but it seems that the defense would prefer that instead. So the state will be asking for that going forward.
I'm not sure we prefer anything. We didn't ask for a BHET. It's a theft charge. I don't understand a BHT recommendation. And the reason that you said that you wanted the social worker visit was due to the fact that you were worried about whether or not he was housed. He is, that's not an issue. So.
Well, no, I said that on the last case. With this case, I just believe the state can't, let me just be clear to the court and to the defense. The state hasn't met this gentleman. We are kind of guessing at what is causing him to go onto people's porches and randomly steal planters, not even packages, Your Honor, not even something of any value, but just random planters on people's porches. I'm not sure what's causing it, but it keeps happening. So that's why the state is requesting a BHET.
Yes, Mr. White, anything further?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. And as always, the court will be taking all of these cases on a case-by-case basis. Given that Mr. Broughton is going to be in custody for a number more days, I think there's enough time and what I've observed this morning to just assess him for BHET. I'm trying to assist anyone that I can possibly assist once they get out to make sure that they're not a recidivist. So in this particular case, I will have a social worker visit with him to assess for BHET. And if housing is not an issue, then I'll have them also speak with him about housing. But if it's not an issue, then it's not an issue. If nothing further, Mr. Broughton, it's my understanding that in case 25 CR 003527E, you wish to plead guilty to theft by taking and criminal trespass and damage to property. Is that correct?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No.
You've been represented by Mr. White there. Are you happy with what he's done for you?
Yeah.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up that right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a yes?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, you're gonna have to say yes or no for me, Mr. Broughton.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Has anybody forced you to plead guilty?
Wait, at least.
Has anyone forced you to plead guilty, Mr. Broughton?
No, sir.
Okay, I'm going to accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Broughton. Given his circumstances, Mr. White, I am going to waive the probation fees for him while he's on probation. When he completes the terms of the probation, I will have it go to a non-reporting status. I do want a social worker to visit with him before he is released. Mr. Broughton, good luck to you, sir.
Next is position 20 and 21, Mr. Houston.
Good morning, Mr. Houston. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is good. Thank you. Good morning, sir. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Will you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can place your hand down. Thank you, sir. Yes, Ms. Falk.
Yes, Your Honor. The state's recommendation on this case is 12 months served, 68 days, credit for time served 34 days from June 5th, 2025 until today. Balance probated, stay away from 1220 Toffee Terrace in Atlanta and an anti-theft course. On position 21, the state would recommend a null pros and file a null pros upon the acceptance of this plea. We do ask the defense to stipulate to venue, factual basis, and identification for the purposes of the plea. That's all for the state.
Mr. White?
Your Honor, we just ask that you accept the plea as negotiated, as the probation terminate once he completes his anti-theft course.
State has no objection.
Okay. Mr. Houston, it's my understanding that in case 21 CR 0060008F, you wish to plead guilty to theft by taking, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up that right?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
Okay, I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Houston. When you complete the anti-theft class, I'll have the probation terminate. So the sooner you go ahead and get that done, the sooner you're not going to be on probation, okay?
Yes, sir.
Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Next is position 26, Mr. Laughter.
Or he actually pronounces it Lauder. Yeah, that's all right. You spelled, you said it right.
Yes, good morning, Mr. Lauder. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Will you raise your right hand for me, please, sir? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Sir.
Okay, you can place your hand down. Thank you, sir. Ms. Harrison?
Yes, Your Honor, the state's recommendation is 12 months served 60 days, credit for time served 16 days. The defendant has been incarcerated since June 24th, balance probated, a SDET, 40 hours of community service, no further contact with Megan Lysaker, and minors HK and HK. Stay away from all public parks, and we're asking that the defendant stipulate to venue, ID, and facts of the case for purposes of the plea. And that'll be all for the state, Your Honor.
It's White.
Or we do stipulate for the purpose of the plea, and we would ask that probation go to non-reporting upon completion.
Mr. Lauder, it's my understanding that in case 25 CR 0035558G, you wish to plead guilty to one misdemeanor offense. Is that correct?
Correct.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning? You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up that right?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated. When you complete the terms of the probation, I'll have it go to a non-reporting status. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Welcome.
Next is positions 39 through 41, Mr. Williams.
Also a negotiated, yes, Attorney Baker.
Yes, I'm here for Devon Williams. Is that the client that is at the podium? I was just speaking with the ASG. I'm sorry.
Now I believe this is Walker Williams that we have. You're here for which case, Ms. Baker?
Devon Williams, DEVON. I'm filling in for Attorney Render.
Your Honor, I actually spoke to Mr. Williams. I requested that it be not guilty just because he's got charges represented with Mr. Render. We can reset it for an SAP unless there's going to be a plea today. I don't know, but
I think a reset will be best. When I spoke to Attorney Render, I believe he filed an entry yesterday. So I don't know his status as far as discovery with the case and a recommendation, different things like that. So I am asking for a reset date.
Okay, Ms. Baker, do you want me to return it to the division judge and you all file a waiver in the case, or do you want me to hear it back on an SAP calendar?
Can I ask one question? What are the charges?
He is charged with simple assault, family violence.
I would like to place it on another calendar with you, from my understanding.
Okay, that's fine. So
Attorney Render, no.
okay, I'll reset this 1 week till next Tuesday, the 15th. And I will see you all back at that time, okay?
All righty. Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you,
All
everyone.
right, have a good rest of the day. Thank you, Ms. Baker.
Have a good one.
And so this is Mr. Walter Williams, and that's going to be a negotiated plea, Mr. Dodd.
Possibly, Judge. We have a plea on the DUI. I was waiting to hear from the state, as far as the classes on position 39.
Yes, Mr. Haddad, let's come back to this one, because we also have the question about the other position, that we need to
Okay.
resolve.
So, Judge, if we can just hold off on both of his cases, position 39 and 40, and I'll be in touch with Ms. Harrison. We'll get back to the court.
Okay, all right, Mr. Williams, we'll come back to you, so we'll be with you.
You know, I've got a couple of housekeeping matters while we're waiting.
Okay,
2 through 5, I spoke with him this morning. That's going to be a waiver.
okay, so to Mr. Bacchus, waiver.
And we have position 31, Nathaniel Powell in the courtroom. That is a conflict case. We do not seem to have a conflict attorney on there, so I didn't know if we wanted to maybe see if we could contact somebody. I understand you're here, there's no attorney.
Do we know if Ms. McLeod is going to be with us, Ms. Champion or Ms. Grace?
I checked on that, Judge. Position 35,
I think it's 31.
31.
31, no problem.
Thank you, Ms. Grace.
Judge, we can move to position 14, Mr. Funkhauser.
And this is going to be a negotiated plea.
That's correct, Judge.
Good morning, Mr. Funkhauser. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Will you raise your right hand for me, please, sir? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
All right, thank you. You can place your hand down, sir. Yes, Ms. Falk.
Yes, Your Honor. State's recommendation is going to be 12 months served, 32 days, credit for time served 16 days. That will be from June 22nd, 2025 until today. Balance probated, stay away from the racetrack located at 3503 Camp Creek Parkway, 40 hours of community service, and a social worker visit prior to release. If there is an objection to that, the state would ask that that be substituted with BHET. The reason the state is asking for that, Your Honor, is because the defendant has this prior criminal trespass and then a criminal trespass from February of 2025 from the same location where he entered from a different location where he entered a plea to 12 months served, 30 days, credit for time served 15 days in February of 2025, and was under sentence with Judge Law when this new offense occurred. And so that's why the state was making that request. We do ask the defense to stipulate to venue, factual basis, and identification for the purposes of the plea. That's all for the state.
Thank you. Mr. White?
1 second, please, Judge.
Okay.
Judge, we ask that you accept the plea as negotiated. We'll have a social worker talk to him. And we just ask that his probation terminate once he completes his 40 hours community service.
State would agree to non-reporting.
Okay. Mr. Funkhauser, it's my understanding that in case 25 CR 003533B, you wish to plead guilty to criminal trespass. Is that correct?
That is correct, sir.
Thank you. Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You've been represented by Mr. White there. Are you happy with what he's done for you?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up that right?
I understand.
Has anybody forced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
Okay, I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Funkhauser. When you complete the terms of the probation, I'll have it go to a non-reporting status. And is he residentially challenged, Mr. White?
Unfortunately, he is not.
Okay, all right. Good luck to you, sir.
Yes, sir. I just, maybe I'm supposed to speak with someone after,
Social workers.
social worker.
Hold on. Don't say anything.
Yes, Mr. Dodd.
Just so the court is aware, we are ready whenever the court is ready, on position 39 and 40. That's Walter Williams, Judge. There'll be negotiated plea, Judge. There's been a
Okay.
change as far as the recommendation on the first case, Judge. There'll be time served, and I'm sure Ms. Harrison will address that.
Very good.
Yes.
Yeah. Judge, we can go back to position 39.
Okay. Not sure how far I got with Mr. Williams, so just start from the top. Good morning again, Mr. Williams. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Good morning, sir. Will you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Okay, you can place your hand down. Thank you, Mr. Williams. Yes, Ms. Harrison.
Yes, Your Honor, for position 39 in the charge of simple battery, the state's recommendation will be time served. The balance will be suspended. That'll be a global recommendation with case 17 CR 008369G. And the state's recommendation here is count 1, time served, count 2, time served, count 3, time served, count 4, time served, count 5, time served, count 6 will merge with count 7. Count 7, DUI under the influence of alcohol. State's recommendation is 12 months probation, served 60 days, credit for time served 29 days. The balance will be probated, completion of an ADET and a DUI RR course. I'm not sure what these other numbers are. VIP, $300 fine, 40 hours of community service, and count 8 will be time served, count 9 will be time served. The position 41 is a failure to appear. That will be null processed on the plea of the underlying charges, and we ask that the defendant stipulate to venue, ID, and facts of the case for purposes of the plea, Your Honor. And that'll be all for the state.
Is the amount of time served that he's receiving for the paperwork?
I'm sorry?
Position 39, the simple battery, I'll need the number of days of time served that he's receiving.
Yes, Your Honor. It's 52 days, credit for time served 26 days. The defendant was incarcerated since June 13th.
Okay, and for all the time served on position 40, for the DUI, you've got 29 days time served. Is that the same for all the charges?
Yes, Your Honor, 29 days. Yes, Your Honor. That is, do I have 29 or 26? 29 days. He had 3 more days in jail here. And that was from November 29th of 2015 to December 1st of 2015. So it's 29 days for all the time served of position 40.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Champion, are we clear on all that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Yes, Mr. Dodd.
Your Honor, we stipulate, as far as, for purposes of the plea, Judge, I would ask the court to consider non-reporting probation upon completion of the DUI conditions. I believe they're all, the DUI minimum statutorily required, Judge.
Okay. Mr. Williams, it's my understanding that in case 16 CR 000038J, you wish to plead guilty to simple battery. And in case 17 CR 008369G, you wish to plead guilty to failure to obey traffic signs, signals, and markings. Your turn signal required, divided highway or controlled access road violation, aggressive driving, failure to maintain lane, driving under the influence of alcohol, less safe, failure to have license on person, and seat belt violation. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at the present time?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up that right?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Williams. When you complete the terms of the probation, I'll have it go to a non-reporting status. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Next is position 34. Mr. Steele.
Also a negotiated plea.
Yes, Judge.
And Your Honor, we've made some changes to this plea as well.
And that's been communicated to Mr. Dodd?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, very good. Yes, good morning, Mr. Steele. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Will you raise your right hand for me, please, sir? Do you swear or affirm that, good morning, sir. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. You can place your hand down, Mr. Steele. Thank you. Yes, Ms. Harrison.
Yes, Your Honor, for count one, the state's recommendation is 12 months probation, serve 104 days, credit for time served 52 days. The defendant was incarcerated from March 9th of 2025 to April 3rd, and then subsequently from June 13th. The balance will be suspended. The balance will be probated, and there'll be a stay away from 741 Morris Grove Drive. It's the court at Lindenburg.
I believe it was suspended. At least that's what I communicated to the client.
Well, Mr. Haddad, it has to stay away. We can do, yeah. So it'll be suspended. Count two will be merged with count one. And count three, the obstruction, the defendant will get time served, which would be the 104 days, serve 104 days and credit for time served, 52 days. Yeah, and Your Honor, that charge comes with a $300 statutorily required fine. And then we ask that the defendant stipulates a venue, ID, and facts of the case. And that'll be all for the state.
Has he been in custody this entire time just for these charges?
Yes, Judge, I believe so. I'll double check real quick. But that's the only thing that's keeping him, Judge, is these charges. Yes.
All right. Yes, Mr. Dodd.
Judge, we stipulate as far as for purposes of the plea, I would ask the court essentially, if there's and I believe there's a statutory fine, just to suspend it. I think what I was contemplating is a suspended sentence with a special condition of staying away from that particular address, Judge.
Okay. Mr. Steele, it's my understanding that in case 25 CR 001245H, you wish to plead guilty to criminal trespass and damage to property and willful obstruction of law enforcement officers. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yeah.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up that right?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty? Is
No,
that okay? I'll accept the plea for the criminal trespass as negotiated for the obstruction. I will accept the recommendation, but I'm going to suspend the fine. So it will be balance suspended on that charge as well. Good luck to you, Mr. Still.
thanks. Thank you.
She should call.
Anyone else that we can take right now?
No, Judge. The only other person I have is Mr. Powell, position 31.
Judge, I think we're, unless Mr. Wright has any other additional pleas, I think we're caught up on everything. Maybe.
Yes.
What are we doing? What are we doing with position number 7, Mr. Coer?
I was just about to make that announcement, Judge. We just got a call. He's been taken to the POU. He's going to need to be reset, and I'm not sure if we need to bring him back here or maybe he should be on a Thursday calendar.
Okay, well, is your request for it to go on the Thursday calendar, Mr. White?
Judge, let's try to bring it back here next week, and in the meantime, maybe we can find out something else.
Okay, so we'll reset him till next week, 7:15. Good morning, Ms. McLeod. Are you with me?
Good morning, Your Honor.
Thank you for coming this morning. Have you had the opportunity to speak with position 31, Nathan Powell?
Not yet, Your Honor. If the jail would call me, I'll speak with Mr. Powell.
Okay, let's see, do we have Mr. Powell in courtroom 2 there?
We do, Judge.
Okay, so if we can get Ms. McLeod in touch with him, please. And what about the add-on calendar?
On position number 1 and 2, he posted bonds.
Okay.
And the others, one was an FDA of a plea, Mr. Steele, that we just handled, and Megan Williams is a not guilty, Judge.
Okay. It's a waiver. All right. So it appears that we have taken care of everyone except for Ms. McLeod's client on the 9 o'clock calendar. So while we're waiting for Ms. McLeod, do you all want to go over the calendar, Ms. Champion?
Yes, Your Honor, 1 second.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, position number 1 is reset for the notice deal jury. Position 2 through position 5 is also reset for the notice deal jury. Position number 6 was approved. Position number 7 and 8 and 9 is going to be reset to the SAP 7:15. Position number 10 was approved. Position number 11 was approved. 12 was approved. 13 was not crossed. 14 was approved. Position number 15 is going to be reset to the SAP 722. Position number 16 was approved. Position number 17 was approved. Position 18 was non-pros. Position 19 was reset to the SAP 722. Position number 20 was approved. Position 21 was a non-pros. Position 22. Position 22, 23, and 24 is reset for the notice jail jury. Position 25 is reset as the 722. Position 26 was approved. Position 27 was reset to the SAP 715. Position 28 was approved. Position 29 was reset to SAP 715. Position number 30, reset further notice defendant was released. Position 31, we're holding. Position 32 is reset further notice jail jury. 33 is reset further notice jail jury. 34 was approved. 35 was approved. 36 was approved. 37 is reset to the SAP 715. 38 is reset further notice jail jury. 39 was approved. 40 was approved. 41 was non-pros. The add-on position 1 and 2, defendant was released, is going to be reset further notice. Position number 3 was a non-pros, and position number 4 will be reset further notice jail jury. Any questions?
Yes, Ms. Champion, what was the announcement on 15?
Position 15 is going to be reset to the SAP 722.
722. Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Ms. McLeod, do you have an announcement for me?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
And what are we doing with Mr. Powell this morning?
It's going to be a negotiated plea, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, Mr. Powell. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Will you raise your right hand for me, please, sir? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Did you hear me, Mr. Powell?
Can you hear me, sir? Yes, sir.
No, I can't. Okay, you can place your hand down. Thank you, Mr. Powell. Yes, Ms. Harrison.
Yes, Your Honor. The state's recommendation is 12 months probation, served 30 days, credit for time served 15 days. The defendant has been incarcerated since June 24th. Balance suspended, a stay away from 180 Shirley Franklin Boulevard, and no further contact with Leland McIntosh. We ask that the defendant stipulate to venue, ID, and facts of the case for purposes of the plea, and that'll be all for the state, Your Honor.
We do so stipulate.
Mr. Powell, it's my understanding that in case 25 CR 003553Y, you wish to plead guilty to a fray. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning? You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with her representation?
Yes, sir. With time served.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and not by pleading guilty to it. You're giving up that right?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Powell. Good luck to you, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Mr. Powell.
Thank you, Your Honor.
She said, is that time served, sir?
Yes, it is the time served, please, sir.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Good luck to you, sir. All right. Thank you, Ms. McLeod. We'll see you next time.
You're welcome. Thank you, Your Honor. May I be
Anything further?
excused?
Yes, thank you. Have a good rest of your day.
Thank you. You too, Your Honor.
Thank you. Let's see. Anything further this morning? That was quick and easy. All right. Nothing further. I'll see you all next Tuesday. Enjoy the rest of your week.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Ms. Mann, thank you very much. We appreciate you being here today.
Thank you so much. Y'all have a good day.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.